Dako naman po ako dun sa testing of new voting machines. Because we will be using what some commentators consider to be a prototype in the upcoming elections. At kung prototype, hindi po ito alinsunod sa ating batas. Ito'y paglabag sa batas. Yung mga makina po bang yan na ililis natin, adequately po bang na-test yung mga yon, good sponsor?
Yes, the commission hesitates and must refrain from giving comment on what is sub judice, given that there's a petition filed by a former Congressman Egay Erice with the Supreme Court, already docketed. And nevertheless, they have volunteered that, in fact, they are presently testing and they've adopted a very rigid technical evaluation mechanism in compliance with the AES. And part of that testing actually occurred after the Senate committee's hearing regarding the same topic of a prototype as opposed to a system.
And have there been any reassuring findings emerging from the testing about prototype lamang ba itong system na ito? Has it been tested in anywhere else in the Philippines or anywhere else in the world in any other election, good sponsor?
Yes, we were all very impressed by the brand new machines, even though we were told that while the machines that were brought to the Senate were brand new, it was an old system that had been used many times in Korea, which is the nationality, of course, of Miru. At na-impress naman kami kasi lahat touchscreen, ang bilis-bilis, parang ang dali-dali bumoto. Kaya't natuwa naman kami kasi parang lalabas yung resulta kaagad-agad.
Alin pong system yung nagamit na sa Korea, good sponsor?
Yes, we are combining the touchscreen OMR system that's used in South Korea and the shading system, the DRE that we're familiar with here in the Philippines. So we are hopeful that we actually have double the security provided.
So, good sponsor, yung OMR system nagamit na nga sa Korea.
Yes,
Pero
paulit-ulit na po.
Yes.
Ganon din yung shading na DRE ng Pilipinas.
yes, subukan na natin ang DRE dito sa Pilipinas. Pero yung kombinasyon ng OMR at DRE, nagamit na rin po ba ito sa Korea or nagamit na po ba ito sa kahit alin pang ibang bansa, good sponsor?
Actually, we're going to be utilizing only one system at a time. Locally, in the Philippines, we'll be using the DRE, which is a familiar system. I'm sorry. We're going to be using within the Philippines the OMR, the touchscreen system, locally here in the Philippines, which is the shading. And overseas, in the 17 different posts that will be allowing internet voting, we will not be using OMR or the internet voting.
DRE po sa overseas, good sponsor.
Yes, that's correct.
So, hindi, ibig sabihin, kombinasyon yung system, OMR at DRE, pero yung OMR lamang ang gagamitin locally, samantala yung DRE ang gagamitin overseas.
Yes, tama po 'yun kasi pinag-usapan dapat isang sistema lang that's been well tested precisely as you mentioned that it should not be a brand new untested system. So we're going to be using the long standing system of the OMR, and only overseas where there is no internet voting will the DRE be utilized.
So yung kombinasyon, kahit yung kalahati lang ng system ay gagamitin dito at yung isang kalahati ay gagamitin overseas, yung kombinasyon ng OMR at DRE, never before in the world used.
Hindi
Sponsor.
pagkakalo yung OMR at DRE. Naka-off yung DRE dito sa Pilipinas, hindi yan gagamitin at all. Solid OMR as usual. Pero dun sa ibang bansa, yung DRE naman ang gagamitin, yung OMR nakapatay naman. Para isa lang na sistema, hindi yung halo-halo at hindi yung sabihin natin na bagong kombinasyon na hindi pa nagagamit noon.
Gayunpaman, good sponsor, yung system as such, yung subject ng JV, ay sistema na combined OMR at DRE. Kahit na parang sa switch, may dalawang switch. Dito sa session hall, isang switch lang ang bubuksan natin para sa isang klaseng ilaw. Sa mga opisina natin, yung pangalawang switch ang gagamitin para sa ibang klaseng ilaw. Pero yung sistema pa rin ay kombinasyon ng dalawang klaseng sistema, OMR at saka DRE. Good sponsor.
I think it would be more accurate to say that they are not actually combined. Both options are just available in the machines. Individually, each has been tested. Kumbaga sa ilaw, regular electric supply, pero kapag na brown out, tsaka lang gagamitin yung genset.
So 'di ba, kung ganun, good sponsor, bakit hindi na lang OMR machines ang pinrocure or ililease para dito sa Pilipinas, DRE machines para sa ibang bansa? Dahil kung sa iisang kaha may dalawang sistema, pero i-activate yung isa o yung isa depende sa switch na bubuksan, combination system talaga siya. OMR at DRE, good sponsor, na hindi pa nagagamit dito sa Pilipinas or malamang sa ibang bansa sa mundo, good sponsor.
Eto kasi ang nangyari na yung mga machines both have each of the machines have both systems, but they will not be turned on jointly and combined in some confusing or sinister way. Instead, ang nangyari na pareho kasi ang presyo ng DRE at OMR. Sa totoo lang, yung DRE nagamit na rin sa Maguindanao noong 2008. Mas advanced sana yung DRE kasi maganda nga yung touchscreen. Kaso nga lang, abala yung COMELEC sa dinami-dami ng ating botante, baka mag-bog down o mahirapan. Kaya yung OMR na pareho sana ang presyo, mas low-tech, yun na lang ang gagamitin sa lokal pagkat napakarami ng botante natin.
Mr. President, good sponsor, hindi pa rin ako masettle na hindi talaga ito prototype.
If I may explain further, the DRE system seemed ideal for overseas voting because it would eliminate the deployment of more personnel and the printing costs for these 17 posts abroad. So the DRE was seen to be the more practical option. Doon lang sa 17 posts. Otherwise, lahat ay babagsak sa OMR para makasigurado tayo.
So sana pala, good sponsor, nag-lease na lang tayo ng 17 DRE machines at the rest, kung ilang libo, ililiis natin na OMR. Baka lumabas pang mas mura. Kesa may karamihan tayo ng mga combined OMR DRE machines na hindi naman gagamitin dito sa local precincts natin. Siyempre, kung bumili tayo ng ref, mas mura yon kesa bumili tayo ng ref combined with freezer. Good sponsor, to use a very low-tech parallel or example.
I think the question never arose because all the machines contained both DRE and OMR. There was no additional cost for having two options. Parang dual SIM sa ating cellphone. Pag bumili ka ng cellphone ngayon, talagang dual SIM kahit gagamitin mo, isang SIM card lang.
Well, now, how can we know na good sponsor na hindi naging mas mura kung mas maraming OMR ang ililis then 17 ang DRE na ililis? In fact, I don't think it's been adequately explained why this contract is so expensive. Considering po, ililis lang po natin yung mga makina, di naman natin sila bibilihin outright, at yung lease ay para sa isang election cycle lamang, good sponsor.
If truth be told, the prices have been brought down, the individual machines costing 149,000 at kung tutuusin, nakatipid ang COMELEC ng malaking halaga, ang halaga ng 800 million. Malaking tipid to kahit dalawa ang option ng DRE at OMR.
Ngayon pa man, good sponsor, sa iisang eleksyon lamang, lease lamang, ito 18-19 billion ang gagastusin natin kumpara sa ano ba yun, yung kombinasyon ng lahat ng mga eleksyon in the past 1.5 decades, around 21 or 22 billion pesos. So proportionately, talagang ang laki nito. At yung mga yon ay mga biniling mga makina. And yet proportionately,
Palagay
mas
ko
mura
kailangan
ang average.
tignan ng isa-isa at himayin yung kontrata kasi nakabundle po, pati yung printing ng balota, nakabundle siya sa makina, nakabundle pati sa ballot box. Lahat yan dinala rito sa Senado pinakita nila at iisang kontrata kaya nga mukhang malaking malaki pero napakaraming sangkap niyan.
Just for kung pwedeng i-indulge ako ng good sponsor, just in case sa halip na lease, magkano kung ibinili natin iyon, Mr. President?
Pag binili, 155,000, ang binayaran natin nasa 15 billion. So malaking tinipid, isa. Ikalawa, nagbabago kasi ang teknolohiya kaya nakita natin sa experience natin sa Smartmatic, kada eleksyon nalalaos, nabubulok yung dating makina. Kaya hindi magandang bibili, mas maganda yung na-updated at nagde-deliver ng bago yung supplier.
So mahal talaga itong mga makina, good sponsor. Kasi kung sa halip ay binili natin, magkakahalagang 15 billion pesos or a little less than 60% nung kabuoang 22 billion na ginastos natin sa pagbili rin sa nakaraang isa't kalahating dekada. So more or less 60% for one election, what we had spent for the past 1.5 decades of elections here in the Philippines. So mahal talaga yung makina, nililis man natin ngayon or kung sakaling ibinili natin. And
yun ang
yes,
atin
Mr.
dating
President.
pag-iisip, na bakit uupa samantalang pwede nang bilhin, atin na yon, hindi na problema. Pero nakita natin sa ating karanasan sa Smartmatic at sa mga dating makina, meron pang warehousing, meron pang repair and refurbishment. Pagkatapos, ang bilis mabulok dahil alam naman natin kada 3 taon, napakabago na naman ng teknolohiya, nagbago na sa 6 na buwan. So, bulok na talaga at hindi na magamit yung mga nabili natin. Kaya, ang pakiwari ng ating komisyon, imbes na bibili, mangupa na lang. Tapos wala ka pang gasto sa warehousing, sa bodega, sa refurbishing, sa repair, sa tao. Tapos, updated pa yung teknolohiya ninyo. Hindi kayo na-stock up dun sa luma.
Ayun, good sponsor. Speaking of one of the points you mentioned, during the COMELEC budget briefing, we requested documents related to the current status and alleged unserviceability of the vote counting machines used in the previous elections. Na-provide na po ba ng COMELEC ang komite nung mga dokumentong iyon?
Yes, I think all that was provided and a report was actually given as well regarding the old VCMs that are still under warranty.
So under warranty pa pala sila, good sponsor. Bakit hindi natin in-exhaust yung warranty? Pina-repair o refurbish ang mga ito? Posibleng alinsunod din sa mga COA guidelines na itinanong ko rin nung nakaraang budget hearing tungkol sa paano talagang i-dispose of yung mga previously procured government equipment, good sponsor.
As a matter of fact, the allegation that they were still under warranty was wrong. Firstly, the warranty was a very limited warranty to parts and service only for 3 subsequent elections. Nag-expire na yung warranty in effect 2024, samantalang election natin 2025. So, yun ang problema at dineklara ng unserviceable yung ating mga VCM. Kaya't sinabi na ng commission sa kanilang isa pang minute resolution na yung mga machines have already fully reached their economic useful life and are thus unserviceable.
Perhaps finally, good sponsor, the electorate might not be familiar with the way these new machines operate. Nakapag-allocate na ba tayo ng sapat na pondo para sa voter education?
Yes, I think a nationwide and comprehensive roadshow is going to be conducted by the COMELEC for voters' education beginning in a few days, December 2 until January 30, to make certain that voters are familiar with the new system.
And may sapat na pondo pa na para sa roadshows na yon, good sponsor.
Nakabudget naman po.